All right, share my screen. All right, so today is Tuesday. So we have today, obviously Wednesday's a work day for you all, and then Thursday and Friday, and then we're off on winter break. When we come back from winter break, we'll have about a week and a half until the semester is over. So the clock is ticking to be making sure your grades where you want it to be for the semester. My big message to you is make sure you're getting these assignments done because they're big assignments and they can really help your grade. I've had a few students reaching out to me and letting me know they turned in some things late and just knocking it out. I mean, just going in and trying on an assignment is going to get you points, okay? It's the just zeros, and it's not everybody, okay? There's only a few of you all that are really doing this, but and I'm probably preaching to the choir because you're here. And you're in class. So you just need to make sure that you are getting your assignments done. And I know I keep saying this, but it's just a reminder, okay? So today is very similar to yesterday. We're just going to continue working on what we started yesterday. Number one is that no reading with the practice. And then number two is that presentation. So let's talk about both of these. Number one, the no reading practice, commonly confused words. You probably noticed that there's a lot on this one. Okay, there's actually 10 little things you need to do for this one. The reason I did that is because a lot of these are very, very easy, okay? And they're just commonly confused words that sometimes you all might struggle with. And once you kind of see it and you got to practice in your brain, it's very clear, okay? So on the agenda, I put the notes linked right here. So you can click on it, and you can use these notes on the quiz. You can use them during the practices. You can use them whenever. But just to quickly kind of look at these notes to show you there's not all these strange, crazy rules with a lot of these. They're just basically knowing what the word is. And hopefully you know a lot of these, and you can fly through the practices quite quickly. Like this whose versus whose. They sound very similar. They're homonyms in the fact they sound the same, but they're different words, okay? So whose with an apostrophe S is who is, okay? So if you can substitute in who is for the whose, then it is who apostrophe S. And then whose shows ownership or belonging. So whose autograph did Felicio get at the game? And then who's going to the party? You can say who is going. You wouldn't say who is autograph did, okay? So that's an easy one. Another one would be past versus past. So again, they sound similar, they're confused. So indicates motion. So past is moving past something, okay? While past is either refers to a period of time or describes direction, like marching past the school, okay? So past would be mark past. So mark, the subject of the sentence, did something. He walked past the cob, or I passed. I did what? I passed Sarah something. While past here could be Lady Gaga has won many awards in the past. So talking about the past, or the police drove past the crime scene, okay? So here it would be the police did what? They drove. Where did they drive? Past, okay? So those are pretty simple. And a lot of these, like loose versus lose. So two O's means free or released from fastening or attachment, while lose means to come to be without or lose a game or something like that. I'm going to kind of go through. Okay, this is probably the hardest one. Who versus whom, okay? Now, who is when the pronoun is the subject of the clause, okay? Whenever you're talking about the subject, okay? So I know who. So the subject is the thing that does something. So whenever you're talking about who and they're talking about what they did, so who ate, you'd say who, okay? But whenever it is the object of the clause, so to whom am I speaking? I is the subject. I am doing something. I'm speaking. And who am I speaking to? Whom, okay? Who am I speaking to? Okay? Now, the trick here is if you can put he or she in the place of who, that's an easy way to know it. Or you put him or her in the place of whom. So that's a trick you can use. So if we were to say, I know he ate the last cupcake, that makes sense. You wouldn't say, I know him ate, okay? So if you could put he or she, it's who. If you can put she or him or her, it's whom. So to him, I am speaking. I know it sounds weird, but it's better, okay? It's kind of a trick to know which one that you are using. Hold on just a second. I got to take care of something. Be right back. All right, sorry about that. That is kind of the trick with who versus whom. And then a lot of these are just looking at the rule and double checking the rule. And you can, as you're doing the practices, have this open and go back and forth as you're doing it and just learn that rule, okay? Good versus well, few or less. These are just like basic rules. I'm trying to see if there's, okay. Affect versus effect is another kind of tricky one, okay? So affect is a verb that means to influence, okay? So that's whenever it's a verb, whenever someone or something is doing, it's affected, it's the verb, while effect is the noun result, okay? So, for example, affect, the light rain did not affect Adam's picnic, okay? So it didn't change or like verb didn't change Adam's picnic on the hill, okay? While effect is the noun meaning result, the inevitable effect of smoking, so the result. So you can almost change out the words for change or impact or result, okay? It did not change the result of smoking. The inevitable result of smoking, or the light rain did not change Adam's picnic. So you can kind of put in these words. So you put change in for affect and you put result in for effect, okay? And then that one's another rule. Accept means to receive. Accept is to exclude, like exit or exclude, okay? So those are some tricks that you can use, but these notes are available to you. If you get stuck on one, let me know in the Google Meet and you and I can talk about it and go through it and really dive into it. So if you're getting stuck on that, let me know. Okay, so the other thing that you're working on, and that is due by the end of tomorrow, is the presentation assignment. Now, if we go into the presentation assignment, I'm putting links into the agenda so it's easier to find these things. But I put the video in where I went over everything yesterday. So if you want to go and get an in-depth look at every single thing you need for this, go back and watch that video. Start it at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So you can skip the intro of yesterday's video and you go right into where I describe this. The big notes that I want to make is that, yes, there is a template there, and you need to do the template to help you plan the presentation, but the grade is for you recording your presentation, okay? So you don't get the grade for the template, filling out the template. It helps, but the recording of you speaking about these things is where you get the grade, okay? And don't forget, you go and click, and let me show you the student view of that. Give me just a second. I'm gonna pause the video. To record live in the assignment, you go down and you click on the Dropbox and you click that camera. The template is there just to help you plan, okay? But you click on the insert video and you record video. We've done that many times, okay? So I want to be able to show you that once more. Now, William asked, because I think William signed up for it, but if you do not want to record it and you just want to do it live, either via Google Meet or a phone call, then you can click on this link here. It says if you have had trouble recording or want to present live, you can do so tomorrow, okay, by signing up for a time slot. Yeah, shall we go to class? And these are the time slots. There are plenty of time slots available, okay? So you click on that link that is in the assignment. It's about halfway down through the assignment, and you just sign up for one of these, and then you log into our Classrooms Google Meet at the time you signed up, and I'll be there. And if you want a phone call, you can call me, okay? But long story short, if you want to record, that is the way you do that, okay? Sorry, my daughter's yelling for me. Olivia. Sorry. So today, your goal is to not begin recording, but practicing your presentation. Make sure it's all planned out. If you get it recorded today, great. That means tomorrow you just have the freedom to work on whatever you need to catch up. But if you plan on recording it tomorrow, that's okay. Just make sure it is done by tomorrow. Okay.